if you're looking for an update on the Wagon, well, here it is. There's the Wagon. Brought it home, and I was waiting for a title from Silas, and well, he accidentally misplaced the title. Yeah, he was in the middle of moving into a new house, and his dad gave him the title for this along with some other paperwork, and it got misplaced and possibly thrown out. It's unfortunate, but it happens, and that's why it's just been sitting here idle, because you know I don't want to put much more into it without a title. And it's puked out all its trans fluid in my driveway, which sucks, but it is what it is. I'll deal with it. Just got a title for it. I had to go through a title service I've used in the past. They charge about $300. It's like 2 to 3 week turnaround. It's, you know, an extra $300 on top of what I have in the car, but it's not the end of the world. I'll deal with it. So I just got that back. I just need to turn it into Illinois title, so I need to go actually physically bring it to the Secretary of State and transfer it into my name. So got that figured out. I got the battery tender on it. Should fire right up. I don't think I have the keys out here though. Do I have the keys? Oh, there is a key in it. Huh. Maybe it will fire up. Ooh, that's hot. I still need to find armrest for it. I did find a dash pad. However, it's not the same color. I can dye it. It shouldn't be an issue getting it dyed to match. I might even, oh geez, all the heat just hit me from inside this thing. Wow, that was crazy. I might even have the factory interior dye in this color in the warehouse. I gotta look. I got about 6 or 7 cases of that stuff, all different colors. The factory Ford interior dye. Found a rear window switch. I just gotta try that and see if that'll take care of things. Oh, battery's not even connected, so never mind. I got the battery disconnected. I was gonna start it for you guys. I did find a few pieces of weather stripping for it. Ooh, that's hot. Oof. So I gotta get that taken care of. So I'm gonna wait till it cools off a little bit outside before I tackle this one again. Like I said, I'll do the dash pad, I'll do the wiper switch, swap out some of this weather stripping, see if I can find armrest for it, and do that transpan gasket so I can actually not worry about transmission fluid leaking out of it, just sitting in one spot. That'd be nice, right? But it's still here. I don't really have any plans on getting rid of it. I need to patch this. Shame, it's like the only rust in the whole car. And I had an idea. I have, I don't know if that'll work or not. I have a spare fender, like a spare passenger side fender. So I'm wondering if I could use the fender to make a patch for that. Maybe not, but maybe so. Oh, maybe not. It's a little bit of different angle here, a little bit different body line. So I don't know. I'll have to think about that. So that's where I'm at on the Wagon right now. It's not going anywhere. Sorry, everybody keeps asking me to sell to them. I really like this car. I really do. I might even actually pay someone to buff the paint out on this instead of just relying on myself. So it comes out looking even better than I could do on my own. So, and well, so that's what's going on with the Wagon. And it is hotter than you know what out here this week. It is ridiculous. I can't do any work out here. I mean, look at the sun. It is absolutely ridiculous. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. There's the sun. It is just absolutely ridiculous out here. Oh yeah, that sun sure is bright today. So yeah, progress with the Wagon. Well, what happened was they're starting to multiply. Yeah, you should have seen this coming. because this is what happens when Jim gets involved with vehicles. They multiply. So I found this thing on Copart, of all places. Won the bid for $725. And, well, unfortunately it's a brown car, so I couldn't see just how much rust it had in the pictures, but it's not all that bad, actually. It's got a little bit of surface rust, but it's not terrible. I looked all over it. I don't see any holes in the body anywhere. All the floors are solid, everything. You guys will get to look underneath the hood with me. I took the grill out because I had to take the grill out in order to take the hood latch off because the hood latch was frozen. I saved you guys the trouble. Well, actually it was dark out last night when I was doing it, so I figured we'll look under the hood together. It does need bumpers though. I mean, they're on, but they're a little rough. And if you're familiar with these cars, bumpers were always the first to go anyways, so the fact that they're still on here is pretty amazing. But I assure you, I looked everywhere underneath this car, bottoms of the doors, everything, even the spare tire wells. The spare tire well is intact. So, but it's you know, it's a good solid car. You know, I mean, bumpers, back bumpers there. I mean, it's got that going for it. Well, pay no attention to that. Yeah, that was just CGI, I assure you. Anywho, let's look underneath this hood together. So I think it'll open. Oh yeah, it's opening. Well, it's honestly a little cleaner than I expected. Missing the AC pump, not the end of the world. It does have AC, so it's just missing the pump. It's got battery in it. Battery don't look too old. I mean, 2008. Okay, well maybe it is a little old, so I'll just ignore that. Find out in a minute here if the engine does anything, because I do have batteries here, so I'll pop a battery in it and see if it does anything. Check the oil. It's got oil in it. It's right on the safe mark. Oil don't look bad, don't look like it's got water in it, so that's a positive. So the auction company, well, Copart, they couldn't get the hood open or nothing, so they couldn't try to start this thing or anything. All right. I did notice when we're getting off the trailer that the rear differential cover is covered in fluid. So if I get that far with it, I'll have to check that out. I think this has a 351 modified in it. Or is it a 400? It's a 321 modified or 400. Oh, it's got coolant in there. Now you see it. It's about, oh, maybe 3 inches down, but it's got coolant in there, so that's good. So this thing came out of Ohio. It's got an Ohio title. And it was donated. Let's see, engine family 351M 400. So yeah, it's one of the two. Oh, it's got hydro boost like the other wagon does. So that's kind of cool. It still has paint on the valve covers and the intake. It's crazy. The odometer reads what, 61,000 I think. So who knows? Maybe it's correct. It's missing the hubcaps. Tires hold air, but they're dry. They're dry. All right, kind of lying to you. I had the hood partially open last night, just far enough to verify it had a motor in it, and that was it. I didn't have the hood open this far, so I already knew it had a motor in it. I had it open like this much last night. I didn't want to ruin the surprise totally. Whoo, pine cone on the cowl. So if you remember the last wagon, you couldn't even see the engine when you open the hood. This one I can see the engine, so got that going for me. Original plug wires. Again, body looks pretty good overall. It's straight, it's super straight. It's got a few little blisters of surface rust. And, well, like I said, the bumpers of these things were notorious for rusting and falling off, which is exactly what this did, but I apologize about my movie magic. The frame horns are still totally fine, they're totally intact. So it's really just the bumper mounts and this reinforcement that is the main issue. Well, bumpers themselves are trash. I hope this one has a jump seat. That'd be pretty sweet. So this car is actually more solid than the orange one is, because the orange one's got a little bit of rust right here, and then a little bit right here. Well, this one's got a little surface rust, but yeah. So the orange one's got better bumpers on it, though. It doesn't have this god-awful roof rack. I don't like roof racks, but to each their own. All right. Show you the interior. The interior is actually in really good shape. It surprised me. Door panels are in great shape. Seats in better shape than the orange one. Carpet's in better shape. Dash pad is in really good shape. All the armrests are intact. Kind of neat. This one's got power locks, which is kind of neat without having power windows. This is I didn't have this door open yet. That's pretty nasty in there. Back seat's in great shape. Again, back door panels are in great shape. I do have the panel off the tailgate. It was laying back there with the bumper. Headliner's in good shape. It's not terrible. There was a biohazard sticker on the windshield, but I think it's because there's, like, you know, cobwebs and a little bit of like mildew in there. I think it's just standard practice for them. I believe it's missing a sill plate on the other side. And I haven't tried to start this thing or anything yet. So now, remember, when you're dealing with Copart and insurance auto auctions, the high bid isn't what you're paying. So my high bid was $5 1/4 on this, and it wasn't approved. They wanted more. They wanted $800 out of it, and I countered them with like $650, and we ended up agreeing on I think it was like $775 was the price. They came down like $25, and that was it. So we agreed on $775. Well, I wish that was it, because each state through Copart has different license requirements, and this being in Ohio, or is it Ohio, or yeah, it was in Ohio. So this being in Ohio, their requirements, I as a private, you know, buyer wasn't allowed to bid on it. So I had to use a broker. Well, right away, a broker's $300. I used Auto Bidmaster. I've used them in the past. I'm sure they're all pretty much about the same, but that was about $300 extra right off the bat. So you're looking at about, what was it, $1,075, plus there was about $400 in fees from Copart. So out the door from Copart, I had to pay, was it $1,730 on a $775 bid. So you're looking at about $1,000 in fees on a like roughly $800 auction bid, which is absolutely insane. I don't know anybody else that does that besides other salvage auction companies. They are making money hand over fist, and it's ridiculous. Now, I have heard that like big salvage yards have a different fee they pay. Like, they don't pay nearly as much as like I would. So that's why a lot of salvage yards are able to get cars out of like Copart and IAA and still make money off of them, because they don't get hit with the same fees as I do, because they're like volume buyers, if that makes sense. out the door, $1,730. And then I had to pay about $600 for my buddy to go pick it up for me in Dayton, Ohio, which is I think 5.5 hours away, 6 hours away each way. So I got about $2,300 into this $775 car. So I'm $2,300 into it. Body's solid, interior's good. Gonna find out if the engine does anything at all. Bumpers are kind of a letdown, but is what it is. Could be worse. I've seen rust-free cars with rotted out bumpers, so it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world. Would I have paid $2,300 for this car locally? Yeah, I probably would have, to be totally honest with you. So I'm not heartbroken over it. Well, we got a battery in it and see if it does anything, I suppose. So hold on to your socks, I guess. All right, got a battery in there. Oh, look at that. Lights on. I'll go grab the keys. I'm sorry. Keys will probably help. All right. Got the battery in there. Got the keys. Hood light's on, so that's a promising sign. Oh, it's hot in here. Horn work? Horn works. Gas gauge do anything? That's another something I gotta look at. Gas tank, because these gas tanks are unobtainable in these cars. Gas gauge isn't doing anything, but that could mean something bad. No? Just lost all connection. Alright. I don't know what happened. So we just lost everything. You know what? This thing's gonna need battery cables before I could do anything. Because we lost like all connection. Everything's hooked up. So usually means the battery cables are yeah, I bet you the battery cables are no good. That makes sense to me. Some stuff around here. Unfortunately, keeping up with my theme, I don't have much time right now. I'm on my way to the camper, trying to enjoy the rest of the weekend. Yeah, that was it. There's no, ain't doing anything else now. Well, I tried to look around some to see if I had some extra battery cables here, but I don't know what I did with them. So I don't see myself getting very far with this car today, unfortunately, because I think it's going to do the same thing it did a minute ago. Well, it's trying to do something. Well, it's trying to do something. Unfortunately, I don't have any battery cables handy right now, so might have to postpone this video a little bit. Yeah, it's really hot out today. It's like 90 degrees out. Yesterday it was like 70. It's ridiculous. Decided to try one more thing. Instant battery cable. Well, instant battery terminal. That sounds more right. Yeah, it's called the instant do-it-yourself battery terminal. It's a nice connection to clamp onto. Let's see if that helps any. I just want to hear this thing turn over. Well, it's more progress than before. I have a feeling I'm going to be putting a starter in this thing. Let's try this guy somewhere else. Where should we go with you? Let's go right there. Let's try that. See if that helps any. If not, I think we're gonna have to put a starter in this thing. And some battery cables. Maybe just battery cables. Yep, same difference. Alright, well, that's where I'm stopping right now, unfortunately. I'll pick up some battery cables at the very least and try that. And if not that, I may have to put a starter in this thing. Or I could just try and see if the engine spins over by hand. Might be the smarter thing to do. Let me try that right now. It might be a thing if I tried that right now, right? Let's see if we get it from above. You know what? I'll pause you guys for a minute. Alright, I was able to get on it. Those guys. And Dan Aykroyd is staring at me right now. Talk about it later. I was able to get on it with those guys and got the engine to turn over one full revolution. Pretty, I want to call it effortlessly, but it's not stuck. So, like, find some battery cables for this thing and go from there. We'll see you guys in a bit. All right, well, bought myself some time this morning, so let me get back to getting rained on, and there's not a cloud in the sky. It's raining and there's not a cloud. This is already done. That's have you ever seen it rain on a sunny day? Well, here we go. Get this guy up, maybe. Well, I picked up some new battery cables, so we're gonna start there. See if we can get this thing to crank over. All right, have good battery cables on it. Let's see if that makes a difference. Hopefully it does. Funny thing, color listed on this car was burgundy or maroon. It's brown. I do believe we're getting somewhere. We'll go grab my jump pack. Jump pack is on. So my goal in this video isn't to see if this thing will run and drive reliably. I'm just curious to see if this thing will start and move, I guess, because I suspect that the gas tank is pretty disastrous inside, and you can't find gas tanks for these cars. They just don't exist. So I just want to better evaluate this car and decide what I'm doing with it from there, I guess. Let's see. Starting fluid. So what happened? Did it pop off? I was hoping you guys got to see whatever came flying out of the exhaust, because sometimes some cool stuff comes flying out, but I don't think that happened this time. But it popped off. I'm going to see if I have any fuel or something I could put in the carb bowl and see if this thing will run for more than a few seconds. Well, let's see if that does anything, shall we? So let me know if anything cool comes out of here. What happened? What'd I miss? It runs. Oh, it will run. So I suspect that the, like I said, I suspect that the fuel tank is pretty bad. Gave it the old knocking test with my fist, and it doesn't sound empty. And the fuel gauge doesn't register anything, so that usually tells me that the inside of the gas tank is not it's not going to be fun to tackle. So I gotta decide if I'm going to pull this gas tank apart and try to clean it out, or hope and pray, hope that I find a fuel tank. Oh, I'm gonna grab a little bit more fuel and try that again and see if it'll actually go into gear, I guess. Sorry, had someone here picking something up. That jump pack didn't have much life left in it, apparently. And I think the hydro boost is leaking or something. That's is that oil? Oh, it's engine oil. That's weird. I'll have to figure that one out. Is it sucking through a vacuum line or something? That's weird. All right, well, let's try this, I guess. Oh, look at that. Goes in reverse. Goes in a drive. What the actual heck is going on there? That is bizarre. I have never seen that before in my life. What the? That is engine oil. It is coming out of the steering column. I have never seen that before in my entire life. So this doesn't have like a gauge, it just has like dummy lights. So I wonder if that's power steering fluid. Oh, that's engine oil, I think. Right? It might be power steering fluid. And the hydro boost. How you doing? Yeah. I'm not talking to myself, I swear. That is bizarre. It is all over my boots. Yeah, it's doing something really strange. Yeah, never saw this happen before. Ooh, that's hot. That's hot. The only thing I can figure is that the hydro boost is leaking. Wow, I've never experienced that before. Because this doesn't have an actual oil pressure gauge in it, so there's no reason for a pressured oil line to be going through the interior, unless it's sucking through a vacuum line somehow. But that was free flowing. I have a feeling that was the hydro boost. I'm gonna pull this belt off and see if that's the case, because I've never had that happen before. All right, well, got the belt off because I suspect that's what's going on. If it still does it, then it's something else, but I suspect that's the issue. Oh, I just noticed something else. There's a little chip missing out of the cylinder head over here. Huh, that sucks. Anywho, that's crazy. Look at that. You see that? Where the manifold bolts up, there's like a chunk missing out of the cylinder head. Somebody's definitely had this motor apart before. Anywho, the belt also controlled the water pump, so regardless, I can't have this running too long. Well, let's see if there's any juice left in these jump packs. Oh, that's hot. That's really hot. Ow. Oh my, oh geez. It's unseasonably warm right now, and that really hurt. Oh geez. Nope, nothing. All right, hold on. All right, I got the battery charger hooked up to it on engine start for a few minutes here, so I'm gonna see if this still leaks. If it doesn't, then I know that it was the hydro boost, which I already suspect that's probably what it was. I don't know what the heck that thing is. It was. And just verify that it goes into forward gear, because it went reverse. So there's that. See what happens, I guess. I guess I need to put more fuel in it. Let's try again. Oh, seriously? 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 All right, let's try this again. A little bit of fuel in there, a little bit in there. All right. Put my foot in the oil. I gotta let this charge for a while. I think the heat's getting everything today, because it's like 99 degrees out right now. It was in the 70s last week. All right, try this again, hopefully for the last time today. Oh, that's hot. It hurts so bad. Oh, come on, man. Seriously? Now don't want to start at all? Alright, it's the last time I'm trying this today. If it don't start doing it. If it don't start again this time, then I know something's wrong with the ignition now. Yep. Yeah, something's wrong with the ignition now. I think we lost spark. So it may be warm up stopping today. Get back with you. Well, we'll try this one more time. Can you hold it? Can you hold it? Give it a good spray here this time. I wonder if it jump time. That'd be a
oh.
That'd be a thing.
Yeah. It smells like ether. Spark cable. It's still leaking.
I took the power steering belt off and it's still leaking. That looks like engine oil, isn't it?
It's really good.
I don't understand what's going on. I wonder if this had an oil gauge on it. Because it's got like idiot lights in there.
Well, like, that's just a sensor.
Wait, what's that? Black line.
Which one?
This one.
Oh.
Oh! That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Somebody ran a mechanical gauge in there and it's not hooked up anymore.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
No, that's right there. Take this. It's right
there.
It's right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I knew that was engine oil. Yeah, look it. Oh, it's right there. I was wrong. It's not the hydro boost. That is engine oil. We just pulled it through the firewall. I knew that was engine oil. So, looks like what happened was it had an aftermarket oil gauge in it, and somebody stole it out of the car. Probably when it got donated, someone cut it. Yeah, they cut it off here, cut the wires, and took it. That is, I've never seen that happen before. That was so bizarre. I knew that was engine oil. All right, well, gonna have to figure that one out.
Why is there a spring type?
So at least we know it's got oil pressure. Good oil pressure. Guess I can hook the power steering pump back up. And water pump. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything here to plug that or not.
Well, if they put a T on it, maybe just like take that T off and put the idiot light sensor back on the way it's supposed to be.
Oh, is that what's on there?
I think so. Because it didn't originally come with a plastic line.
That's some old man shit right there.
You couldn't see it till where I was at. Maybe it's better.
Get some of these leaves out of the way. Oh yeah, there's a T on there. Oh yeah, that's what we gotta do. Yeah, it's got like a pipe fitting T. So yeah, we should be able to just take that off and put the, yeah, it still has the idiot light hooked up. That is bizarre, man. I've never encountered that before. All right, well, I'm gonna try to take care of that right now while the battery's charging a bit. And I think my 1130's here. Show you what they had going on. A little port down here for the oil pressure sending unit. This was for the mechanical gauge. And they had this guy going on the port to a T to this guy, and wherever the sending unit went, I don't know where the sending unit went. Oh, it's right here. It's the sending unit. So I'm just gonna put the sending unit back in. All right, well, Got the fuel line disconnected. We'll see if the fuel pump does anything. Alright, this won't get sprayed with oil anymore.
No more oil spray on the feet. Oh yeah. Oop.
Good.
Yeah, it's even coming out of the top here. Scared me. You did what?
I yelled at you and said I'm gonna try to put it in gear.
Well, to verify that on camera. Oh. Why won't it stay running?
Huh?
So why won't it stay running?
Or use all fuel?
No.
Oh, I got sweat in my eyes.
Surely didn't use that much fuel. Didn't run that long.
My eyes were covered in sweat.
The pump shot out a little bit of poop.
Oh yeah, it did. Huh.
And when I filled the bulb all the way, this got immediately wet when I got to this level.
See? That gas looks like complete trash.
Oh, yeah. It don't look good. And no more oil shooting everywhere?
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, it goes right in the gear, so that's good.
It's tight up there somewhere.
Unfortunately, it feels like got a blown brake line. There's my socket.
There it is.
Oh! Hurt my hand on the bumper. I don't see any brake fluid, but...
Is there any fluid in it?
Hmm?
Is there fluid in it?
That's a good question.
Let's see.
Remember, probably got like, what, 8% left in it?
Be free. Blazing 150.
There we go. It's full.
Huh.
Huh. Sounded like something was squirting out, but maybe the Master's just not good.
Did it squirt onto your feet?
No. No, nothing squirted onto my feet again. Ugh.
Oh,
Alright. Should I see if it start again?
I don't think I heard any accelerator pump action, but yeah. Try. Slippery in there. Maybe there isn't a... There's a vacuum leak somewhere?
Maybe.
I didn't see anything. Oh well, it does some things. That should do something. Golden. Good old hydro boost. Oh, it's actually Getting better.
Yeah.
Choke's fully open now.
That's pretty good.
Seems to be getting smoothing out.
And I know it's got good oil pressure.
Yeah, it's smoothing out.
There's more than anything else out of it.
No, not really.
Hopefully the gas will I shut it off.
All right, well, I think that's as far as I'm going to get with this thing for now. It is hotter than hell out this week. I keep having to wipe the sweat out of my eyes. I just wanted to verify that the engine and trans were in good shape, which I did. Brakes are holding. It's probably going to go into the pole barn for a bit, and it'll be a little while before we see this thing again. So, and I guess I'll add a brake line to that list as well, because that is definitely a blown out brake line in the rear. But yeah, I just don't have the time for this one right now, and honestly it's just going to be a repeat of the orange wagon or copper colored wagon, whatever hell color it is. It's basically just going to be a repeat of that, and it gets boring seeing the same stuff over and over again. I'll be the first to admit it. So this is going to go in storage for a bit, because I have other things I need to get taken care of, other things I want to get taken care of. I really wasn't planning to buy this, it kind of just happened. I'll show you one of the things I need to get taken care of soon. Oh, and it's like upper 90s out all week. This sucks. It is absolutely putrid outside. It is hot, it is humid, it sucks. Kind of see, excuse the fan. I'll pick this thing up to part out. I know what you're saying. Nice car, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, the title's all screwed up and someone robbed the engine out of it. But other than that, it actually is a pretty decent car. It's a 1992 Summer Edition LX 505 speed convertible. Should be pretty good parting this one out. So I can't wait to get started on this thing. But, it's gonna break a lot of hearts taking this one apart. But hey, gotta make money. If you think I'm lying to you, what does it say? What does it say? 103 degrees outside. This shit sucks. Oh, this is a strange week. Oh, flies everywhere. Yeah, I sold a van. It's not like me to sell a van. Something's wrong with me. I must be sick. Just decided I have too many vehicles for once in my life. And I sold this to one of my buddies. He is going to not tear it apart for parts. He's gonna get the title situated on this thing and make it a daily driver, believe it or not. So, all right, Wade. I don't know if he's gonna post any videos or not, but he is the Bearded Garage on YouTube, if you care to look him up. But yeah, it'll continue on living its life, doing what it does best, being a 5-speed stick shift 92 Marquis with full masters. Had a few interested parties in this guy. This is the one I originally bought for my buddy Nick. It was a little worse for wear. You know, he would have spent too much time fixing the body to make it usable, so that's why I had him traded in for the other one. It's still not bad. It'd make someone a great clone car for you know, Gator McCluskey or old police car or something. You know, it's not terrible. But if not, it's gonna get parted out. So that's just how it is with me. That's a valuable parking space right now, because I only have room in here for like one more. But anyways, got the wagon in here. I verified that it's got a good motor in it. I verified that the trans goes right in gear. I verified that the brakes worked until they didn't. Said I think it's got a bad rear brake line. Not the end of the world, but I've been all over this thing. This has no rust on the body. I mean, okay, it's got a little spots of surface rust, but the body itself is extremely solid on this car. So I don't know, maybe I'll keep it around, do something with it. The paint actually looks like it should clean up pretty good, maybe comparable if not better to the orange car. See, like this is the worst rust, just surface rust. In that aspect, the other car's got a cleaner body, I guess, but not quite because it's got a little spot of rust. So, but this one does need bumpers, so I will need to find bumpers for it. I mean, if this thing was rusty, oh, I would have tore this thing apart in a heartbeat because all those armrests and everything would go right inside the orange car. Armrest, the dash pad, the front seat, all that would go right in there. But I'd feel bad if I did that, so I'm not going to do that. Make sure I didn't leave anything under the hood here. You know, I'm good for that. Nope, everything looks good under here. What I determined is someone either put heads on this motor or replace this motor at some point, because the intake and valve covers were repainted and the exhaust manifolds were off at some point because they chipped the cylinder head a little bit, and it's got some non-original hardware here and there. So I think this motor was out at some point or replaced or something, but motor runs great, and you saw it had great oil pressure. My boots could attest to that. So it'll stick around for a little bit. I'll get to it when I get to it, because I really want to work on private pile. Like I really want to start working on private pile this year. Before I do private pile, I gotta try and get my 61 F100 back on the road. So I talked a couple of videos back when I was taking apart that Galaxy, and I wanted to keep the frame and the engine and the rear axle. Well, this is what I had in mind. This is Buford. Buford is from Georgia, and Buford is like 99.99% rust free. It's a super solid car. It's like that off-white, like cream color. Wimbledon white, maybe it is, I'm not sure. But just picture this car, the set of poverty caps on it, and a whip antenna and a big block. Yeah, you know where I'm going with it. But that's the idea for that one. I'll again get to it someday. And funny story about this car. This car was offered to Derek from Vice Grip Garage, and the guy was gonna give it to him for free as long as he sees it on the channel. I guess it didn't fit with his theme or what he does. I guess he doesn't like Fords enough, and he passed on the car, and he never gave the guy an answer or anything. And I'm like, hey, I'll buy it off of you. So, you know, so I didn't get it for free, but I offered him money for it and bought it off of him and had it shipped up here from Georgia. So it's a good car. It's a real good car. It's now covered in bird crap because that's what happens in here. You get birds in here and they shit on everything apparently, and they gotta like gingerly do things here. But it's gonna be a good car. Because, you know, I really needed a new car, or another car. I really needed another car. But it's got, the guy went through the 351 Windsor. It's got a new cam, intake, carburetor, all kinds of shit with it. New radiator. I would like to get this one out of here sooner than later to get it, try to get it going and probably sell it. I want to get it running and driving before I try to sell it, but this thing's so cool. It's really growing on me. You'll see it in a different video. It's only got like 40 or 50,000 miles on it. It's an 84 Thunderbird that was modified when it was brand new. And it's basically like the Ford Thunderbird equivalent to like an AMG Mercedes. It's pretty crazy. It's got like the Ford Motorsport style side spats on it, and ground effects and spoiler and nose piece, and it's a cool car. It's a 5-speed turbo coupe. That is a big giant spider. Holy crap. I see you. Yeah, there's tons of spiders in here this year. It's ridiculous. So this is my unsellable van that I've tried to sell for no less than 2 years, and it's unsellable because it's got a manual transmission on it. It's just 3-speed on a column. I cannot sell this car or this van for the life of me. As soon as people find out that it's got a manual transmission, all their interest goes to zero. So I've got an idea for this, what I'm going to do with it. It might stick around for a bit. You guys will see it in a video probably, unless somebody jumps and says, hey, I want it right now. So, all right, and yeah, rest of the board in here. So I got to get that thing loaded on the trailer and get it delivered and get out of here. So thanks again for hanging out, and we'll see you soon. All right, I'm still here. So I had to drop that marquee off at my buddy's house, and I gotta go home. But I decided to stop and visit a friend that I haven't seen in a little bit, see what he's got going on, because he's what are you doing? Come on, guy, go. He's a collector and a picker, and he's always finding stuff in the garbage and finding some cool stuff. But he's getting up there in age, so I've known him literally my entire life. He was friends with my father, and he helped me out a bunch after my father passed, and just awesome guy. And so I stopped to see him, say hi, talk to his wife, talk to him, and tells me that the doctors just told him that he's got cancer now. So I'm getting sick and tired of hearing that C word, and just getting tired of it. Really am getting tired of it. So how about we just get back to working on cars? All right, can we try that? Sounds like a plan to me. All right, see you later.